Hey guys, it's Jim again. Doing a Sunday night shave, and I picked something up. I figured it was time. I have a bunch more. I've tried a bunch more of these guys' soaps, this particular brand, but I figured it was time. This is such a classic, or maybe not a classic, but it has generally good reviews. Great reviews, actually. XXX by RazoRock. However, this is the new limited edition Formula Duro. Now, the first thing I noticed when I opened this was a scent, because I'm an unapologetic soap sniffer. And I love the scent. The splash is even better. You'll see that later. But one thing I thought I read, this, correct me if I'm wrong, but they said this was aged longer than the regular XXX. And this is a tallow formula, though, so it may have something to do with it. Now, from what I've heard is that the Parazzo Green cream and the Parazzo Green soap in the tub, Crope, are the same thing. Literally. The only difference is that the cream is dried for a day or two, while the Crope is dried, like aged in for 10 days or something like that. So I figured if this is aged longer, something months, I figured it would be quite firm, but it's not. It's soft, but it's almost got a doughy texture to it. It's different, and I can push it, rub it, and it's not leaving anything on my finger. So I'm just curious to what it's going to lather like. So I figured it was time, and since they had the Duro line out, I bought that, and I bought a matching splash. So I want to give it a try. I'm going to lather it up, of course, since I'm doing my head shave, and I like my big brushes. I'm going to lather up with my RazoRock Big 26mm plus soft brush. See how this turns out. I'm using my salsa bowls. I want to do my best to build a lather. Now I'm trying to be cognizant of the load rather than the time. I don't want to overload it. It's a waste of soap and a waste of time, because then it takes longer to dial in the water on your lather. As soon as my brush looks like the tips are nice and caked, I'm going to stop. I don't know. I think that looks good. I'm going to stop there. See what happens. If I have to reload, I'll have to reload, but I'm not going to go for a big long shave tonight. I just want it to be comfortable. Yeah, that looks pretty good. It's a moist brush. It's not really wet. Let me dip my tips. It's already starting to lather up a little bit. Oh, it's kicking out lather. Look at that, it's already starting to drip. Get on this. Oh man, the scent on this is just... I can see why it's so popular. I have quite a few RazoRock soaps. I've gone through Z-Pep. I piffed that to a friend that just really liked the smell, really liked the scent. Tobaccos, when Joe was doing the tobacco contest to figure out which was going to be the new tobacco scent, I got the 1 and the 2 because I just love tobacco scents. One of my favorite EDTs is Aramis Savannah, so that should tell you how much I like tobacco scents. I mean, that's hard to get, or hard to find sometimes, but I like it. I like anything tobacco scented. And I like the Z-Pep because it reminds me of, for some reason it reminds me of Mexico, like Baja, something down there in Baja. Not brush or what, but oh man. I'm going to dip my tips one more time. Build this lather. It's building up just fine. I mean, look at what I've already got. Look at that. I'm going to be good to go here in a sec. Now granted, this is, geez, it's going crazy. This is the Duro formula with tallow. I don't know if the original has tallow. I think the only difference is that it's aged longer. The Duro. I don't know how it's pronounced in Italian. Duro. But it sure lathers up well. I mean, look at this. I'm kicking it out already. I'm not even really trying that hard. You saw how long that took. I think it's good to go. I mean, look at the lather. It's good to go. I'm gonna just get started. Let me get some of this off the brush handle. Lather up my noggin. Oop. I didn't mean to take it off the brush. Okay. I'm just going to moisten up real quick. I just took a shower and did my pre-wash with some Noxema. I've got a couple days of growth that I washed with Noxema, so I'm squeaky clean. So we'll see what kind of slickness this soap has. I'm squeaky clean. You might be able to hear that. Okay, let's go. I can see why the scent is so good. It's not as strong as I thought it was going to be, but it is good. I'm always trying to be aware of sensitivities to my skin ever since I had my first skin sensitivity to a soap that had pineapple oil in it. I try to be aware of that. I try not to use things with pineapple oil, which is a bummer because there's a lot of very popular soaps and splashes with pineapple oil. But it is something I'm sensitive to, and there's plenty of great soaps out there, so no matter how good the scent is, if it's giving me a crazy mottled burning rash just from lathering up with it, what's the point? I'm not going to bother. Find something else. This lather is really creamy. Now this isn't all crazy, it's just the standard coconut oil and tallow soap from RazoRock. And I've got the XXX, I've got the Tuscan Oud tobaccos. Got quite a few there, so let me do my cheeks real quick. I did something that I don't often do. I'm shaving with a Prewar Tech, and I put a little shim underneath that Rockwell razor blade I've got in there. just to stiffen it up a little bit and give it a little bit more clearance. It's not the slickest soap I've used, but it's pretty slick. It's got more than enough residual slickness. Start on the head. I know some of you can't see this, but, well, none of you can see it actually. It's not like I have 4 cameras in here, like a TV studio or something. But I need the mirror. Oh yeah, it's more than slick enough on the head. The slickness kind of reminds me of Parasso. Taking off plenty of whiskers. Uh-oh. I just nicked myself. Yeah. I got a pimple or something right behind my ear. What that was. But I occasionally get nicks on the head. It's okay. Lots of areas for imperfections. Whew. Got a lot of whiskers in my bowl. Yeah, the slickness on this doesn't, it doesn't remind me of the, not the Parasso red, the Parasso green is what it reminds me of. Ugh, bad nick. But I'm getting them whiskers. Sorry about that door, a little cabinet door. If it's getting in the way. You know what? Yeah. Got a little nick back there. And a tiny itty bitty one on the top of my head. Right there. But I got a lot of scars and stuff on my head. You might not be able to see them because of the freckles, but I've got a lot of scars on my head. Let's get this going again. Second pass. I'm not going to go for a BBS, especially on my throat. I'm just going to go for a comfortable shave. Usually if I'm just doing comfortable, I just do like 2 passes with the grain and 1 kind of against, kind of across. Just to take it down. You know, maybe I should have used a different blade, but I had this Rockwell blade in there and I wanted to get rid of it because it was my last one in that pack. Maybe I could have gone with something that I'm more used to, like a Astra SP, or maybe a Lab Blue, Persona Lab Blue. Ah well. I already started. I'm not going to change things up now. It's pretty good stuff. Sometimes when I have a blade that I know is a little bit, can be a little bit harsh on the first shave, I just do a palm strop with it. You know, I'll pinch it between my fingers and I'll just strop it on my palm like that, outward. And then I spin it and do it the same thing. And then I flip it, so that way I'm not handling the blade so much. But sometimes it works, like with a feather. Do a little bit of a palm stropping and it'll smooth out that rough edge just a touch. Still bleeding? Ah, just barely. Just barely. The alum will take care of that when I'm done. Clean up the back of my neck. Yeah, feels like it's smoothing out. The soap actually feels slicker now. I think it was the blade. In general, I like those Rockwell razor blades. They're pretty good. I mean, not my top blade, but considering it was free, I didn't throw them away. They're good. Okay. Let me freshen this up. I'm done with my head. I'm not going to do any more on my head. I'm going to do another pass with the grain, and then I'm going to go my final pass. And we'll be done. Sometimes if a soap feels too slick, I feel like it kind of gets away from me, like the shave will get away from me. I want to know what's going on, you know. I want it to be slick, but I still want to know what the heck is going on. So, I don't want it to be too slick, because then I can't feel anything. Sometimes it's good to have a little bit of feedback. But the scent on this XXX is just outstanding. Okay. One more pass and then we'll do some cleanup. Put on some frag stuff. I'm doing kind of a Gillette slide here, if you notice. I hold the razor vertically, but I run it slightly at a diagonal. So I'm getting a little bit of a slant action because of the curve of my beard. That's helpful.
Daddy,
oh yeah.
Mom needs to have groceries.
Okay. I'll be out in a minute. Steps home. Okay, I'm going to clean up real quick, and I'll be right back. Finish up. Okay, I got rinsed off. See, that little spot is still annoying me, so let's get some alum. I didn't use this stuff for a long time, and then I recently started using it again, and I'm really enjoying it. Probably because my technique improved and I didn't feel like I was trying to wash my head with battery acid. I'm sure that's exactly what it is. To tell you the truth. Get it on that little neck. Oh yeah. Feels good though. Nick is gone. Okay. Rinse it off. Ah! I got a little alum up my nose. I sniffed. I'm going to put on a whole mess of something in a second. Follow it with some Lucky Tiger. Love this stuff. Can never get enough Lucky Tiger. I figured this would be a good pairing for the XXX, considering the citrusness of it all. Get a little more. If you've never used Lucky Tiger, you should. Price is a little bit more than Thayer's, but it is great stuff. Okay. Stop. Yep. No blood. And now, the piece de resistance. XXX. First time I've ever used this aftershave as well. Soap and aftershave. Oh, it smells so good. I'm going to go heavy on it. Man. You guys, I see why this is so popular. It smells so good. I just want to rub it everywhere. Whew. So, what do we do tonight? XXX soap, the Duro. Very good stuff. I'm going to have to see if I can dial in that lather a little bit more. I think maybe I could have stood to load it another 10 or 15 seconds. But it's good. Good stuff. Some Lucky Tiger. Some XXX aftershave. Smells divine. And I lathered it all with my RazoRock Monster 26mm